three meta concepts I've been thinking about off late, and I need to make the effort to keep them in the forefront of my mind. The first one is that it's an infinite game. It's not a finite game, which means that the game is going to keep on going forever. As long as you can make sure that you can stay in the game, you'll be okay. But if you play like it's a finite game and you take risks that are unwarranted, you take risks that you cannot afford, then you will get yourself out of the game. So think about it like if you're playing poker. You want to play in such a way that you stay in the game the longest time possible, hopefully forever, right? Because the casino is going to go on forever. If you bet in such a way that you want to win right away, immediately, and want to get rich as quickly as possible, then you're going to get yourself out of the game. And this is very applicable to me because I did this in trading and I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's because I was trying to get rich quick. And I was playing, basically I was doing things that were very emotional, and I wasn't able to handle that. And just over the years, I've lost tons of money. But had I been more judicial, I could have stayed in the game longer and I'd have been okay. So that's the first concept. It's an infinite game. Losses don't matter as long as you can make sure you keep the losses small. So anything you're doing in your life, if you failed, it's okay. You learn from the failures and you keep moving forward, right? So make sure you keep those losses small and don't get discouraged by the fact that you lost. Learn from it and then just keep moving forward, right? So that's and you'll keep growing and you'll be okay. First concept. Second concept is the concept of flow. I've found that more important than anything is flow, is to keep things moving. It's not to get stuck, basically. And this is one reason I'm extremely excited about AI, is because it'll keep things in flow. If you're using AI well, Gen AI, you can basically solve any problem. You can discuss with it if you get stuck, if you run into a problem. You can discuss with multiple AIs and stuff, and you can brainstorm and keep things moving forward. We never had that opportunity to do that before. So essentially, if you just commit to keep going, you can essentially achieve anything. It may take longer or shorter, but you can do it. Anything that's reasonably, that's reasonable. So that's the second concept, flow. So make sure to keep things flowing. So for your personal stuff, anything that you're working on personally, this is one reason I also like whisper flow, because it keeps you in flow. Let's say you're typing things and you want to type, it gets you the concept of typing with your fingers gets you out of the flow of your thoughts. But if you can speak it, and if the transcription is accurate to what you're trying to say, it keeps you really in the flow and you can move forward so much faster. So yeah, use whisper flow. Read the book, The Goal. This is flow for businesses, any type of business. How do you keep the most important things in the business in flow? Basically, how do you optimize for flow in the business, the throughput in the business? You should read the book Goal by Eli Goldratt, a great book. So that's the second concept, the flow. Third concept is have very low expectations. That's right, have low expectations, not high expectations, very low expectations. And this is a concept from Jensen Huang. And if you think about it, it totally makes sense. What he's basically trying to say is it's going to be much harder than what you think it is going to be. It's going to be 10 times harder, 100 times harder to achieve whatever you want to achieve than what you think of it's going to be going into it. If you buy a business, the cash flow is going to be much tighter than you expect it to be. So ask for way more working capital. Don't overbid for the business, right? And have personal personal balance. That's buffer for you. So things like that. And if you're working on an app, you're going to have to work like a dog to get users onto your app. It's not going to become an overnight success. You're going to have to work very, very hard to succeed, if it's even going to succeed, right? So you may have to try out multiple different apps. You may have to, for the same app, you may have to test hundreds of different things to get it to perform like you want it to. Yes, sometimes you may get lucky. Sometimes you may buy a business and it's great, right? But more often than not, it's going to be much harder than what you think it is going to be going into it. So have low expectations of the results. So if you have low expectations, you will act accordingly. You will put in much more effort than what you would otherwise. If you think that, okay, I'm going to do this work and I'm going to be an overnight success, you're going to put in very low effort towards it. But if you have lower expectations on the results, you'll put in much higher effort towards it. And given that going in that you're going to have to put in a lot of effort, pick the right things to work on. Choose things judicially. Choose the right things that you want to dedicate yourself to, right? So that you think will give you enough returns on your effort, basically, that your efforts are justified. So if you go into it thinking that you're going to have to work hard and it's going to be way harder than you think and all that, you're going to pick the right things to work on. So, and also if you go into it thinking that it's an infinite game, you will take risks appropriately, smaller risks, and keep learning from them, iterating, and then eventually you will succeed. So those are the three concepts. It's an infinite game, keep things in flow, and have low expectations. If you want to know more about the expectations part, read Jensen Huang, Very Low Expectations. You'll see content about it.